Good morning, everyone. I don't know whether I was live there or not. Internet's a wee bit buffering, so hopefully we can do this. I wanted to come on and talk about festivals because obviously we've got 3 incredible festivals left to do this year. A week on Friday, we're in Aberfeldy, as I'm sure you know. Then 2 weeks on Friday, we're in Nairn, and then in October, we're in Strontian. So we're super, super excited to be able to bring the festivals to different areas of the country, because we're also really aware that we've been quite West Coast focused, although we definitely do events in the East. Obviously, it's just easier where your network is and where your tribe is, just to kind of go there. So we're very mindful of that, and that's the whole idea, is of spreading. We did it with the Goddess gatherings, and now we're doing it with the festivals, to give people a chance that live in these areas to get to the festivals, because obviously one of the biggest costs really is accommodation. But what we tend to find is that people do like to travel to other places. The great thing about Aberfeldy is it's only an hour and 20 minutes from everywhere, apparently. I have that on really good authority, Leanne Webster. So yeah, but really, obviously we've got the festivals. You know where they are. You can go into our events page and you can see Aberfeldy, Nairn, Strontian, beautiful locations, absolutely stunning and very different. We're going to be down at Loch Tay in Aberfeldy. It's just the most picturesque little town. They also have their own festival going on, which is over 10 days and weekends in the last weekend of it, where their gardens are all open for you to go and see, and they've got lots of really cool events going on there. They're aspiring to be Scotland's healthiest town, so it's a really aspirational place to be. Nairn, of course, is different. It's right on the coast, these spectacular sandy beaches, and of course one of the big excitements there is that we are going to be looking at breaking one of the world records. We've got Anya coming up with Kenny from the Polar Bear Club, and we've got a guy flying in from Poland who is going to be the safety and the paramedic for this under ice with a snorkel world record attempt. So that's on at 1 o'clock, I think it is. Check the website for that. That day, that Sunday of the festival, and that's free. You can come and watch that for free if you live in Nairn or a surrounding area. So it's very, very exciting. But what I wanted to talk about is really the why. Why are we running these festivals, and why is it so important to Heal Scotland movement? Obviously, when Claire and I wrote the book, as you know, my journey started with my friend's daughter having leukemia and walking that path of the diagnosis, the prognosis, the treatments, and it was horrendous is the only word I can use to describe it. And that's what set me off on this journey. There must be another way to heal. There must be. I just knew somewhere deep down in my bones, in my water, that there was another solution. And of course, I've spent the last 40, 50 years delving down every rabbit hole. Is it nutrition, hydration? Is it habits? Is it the subconscious mind? Is it trauma? Blah, 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 blah. All of that and more over the last 5 decades. Been an aerobic instructor since I was really young, exercise, etc. And it's brought me to this place really where I'm looking much more into the heart and faith, and how the energy flows through the body, and how we can inhibit the energy flowing through the body. And obviously, as anybody who follows the law, we did our first breathwork training. And, you know, I really was delving into the science of letting go again, and what's happening there, and why are people getting these profound experiences? Not everyone, but a lot of people getting very profound experiences of basically seeing through the veil when they let go and when they breathe as well. So it's a very, very, it's really taken me on a fascinating journey. And obviously, again, if you've been following me, you'll know about 528 and this kind of, the kind of miracle frequency of love, which is really all that letting go is about. It's about, can you let go up into these much higher vibratory states, which to you and I is just an emotion. How do you feel? Do you feel loving and kind and generous and compassionate, or do you feel angry and cut off and separate and resentful? And we're seeing a lot of this right now. You know, I had a weekend of really struggling with a few things and trying to figure things out, which of course doesn't help. Taking things personally, which of course doesn't help. We know all of these things, and we know we can't allow these things to hold us back, but we're human, right? We're emotional beings. So what we're looking at, obviously, with the old love tuner, which I've still not resolved that yet, I'm waiting to hear back today. We're looking at how can we get into that unconditional loving state? How can we stay there? Because that's the, you know, we all know it's possible. You can have a glass of wine, you can have a joint, you can have some plant medicines, you can do some breath work, you can think of people you love, you can go into nature, you can watch a sunset, a sunrise, you can fall in love, you can look at a baby, a grandchild, a child. There's lots of ways that things that happen in our environment that change how we feel and put us into this loving state. But how do we stay there when with all the craziness around? So with the festivals, as I went through this journey of moving away from the pharmaceutical model, and I know that some people still have to hold hands with that, and that's absolutely fine, and it's a personal choice. But as we start to understand more and more about the incredible magnificence and intelligence within our bodies, the invisible part, the meridian system, the energy centers, biofield, the toroidal field, this is all the stuff that in the East they've known about forever, but in the West we're way behind. And when people are talking about it's all about the physical, and it's such a tiny part. So what we're doing with the festivals is bringing you these world class. They may not be big brands. You know, people love a big brand because it attracts the crowds, but we're bringing the people that live on our land, in our land, that are doing incredible work, but they don't have a platform to tell people about the incredible results that they're having. So that's what Heal Scotland's about, giving everybody in our country a platform so that you can learn from them. Homeopathy, Kundalini, Drew Yoga, all the different things. I'm not even going to try and name them all. Organic skincare. There's incredible things that we can do that will take the toxic load off the body and add energy into the body. And that's what the festival's about. Educate, inspire, support. So you're going to learn things coming along. It's a phenomenal deal. Even now for the weekend ticket, over 3 days, you're going to meet all these incredible people. And it's a retreat, right? You get to experience these workshops. Lisa's coming from Haven Healing House. You know, you're going to be able to hang with these people and experience these taster sessions from them. So you've got this plethora of healers throughout the weekend that you can get to know, you can try. Then maybe you want to work with them one-to-one. Maybe you want to go on a retreat with them. Not everybody runs retreats, but there will be that option. Or maybe you're a business that's looking for people to collaborate with, to talk about the issues that we're having with small businesses that we always have, how lonely it can be. So you're going to be meeting other people in exactly the same position as you, and we're going to share the collaboration, which seems to be very difficult for some people in Scotland to understand the deliberate collaborations, because we have to pull together to turn our health trajectory around. There is no other option. But when we just think about me, and compete, and we come from that place of competition and lack, and there's not enough to go around, that's when the nastiness comes up and comes out. And that's when we believe we're separate and that people are taking things from us. Whereas when we're up in these higher vibratory states of anything and everything is possible, and we're in full potential, and we can really inspire the greatest in people, then that is where we want to be, and that's where we want to stay. And that's why it's never been a more important time to be very mindful who you're around. Are they bringing you up? Can you trust them? And can you collaborate? Genuine collaboration, knowing that we all want the best for each other. And the training that we can put in place to help you. I've seen people over the last 3 years since we've been doing the festival, it's still very young. People that were really nervous to speak, now speaking really confidently, made new friendships, gained new clients, making new collaborations. That's what it's all about. There's nothing to fear here. We want people to share and meet and switch up ideas and go away and create your own events, create your own festivals. Fantastic. I'll come and speak at your festival. That would be amazing. I would love to do that. There is no competition here. There's millions of us in Scotland and beyond that need help. Millions. Get that figure through your head. So it's going to need a lot of us doing the work. And of course, I'm excited to have Kenny Nielsen from the Polar Bear Club at all the festivals, John Angus at all the festivals, the community cook-ups, teaching you how to make delicious food, sitting round the banquet on the Friday night, and then let's get the drums and the instruments out and play some music and raise our own vibration in these spectacular locations. I'm not talking about Strontian so much yet, but it's coming in October. It's phenomenal there too. We're so lucky to have these incredible villages and the interest and the support round about, because I was doing a live in the community this morning about you have to get involved. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And I know everybody's busy and tired, but you can you can share, you can comment, you can inspire other people to go along. Maybe you're busy that weekend, that maybe you know somebody else. And remember, there's always a discount for people who cannot afford the price. You just send me a message. If you want to come, you can be there. Nobody is excluded. And we've got Hugh, I've just seen Hugh's message, Hugh Asher. He's going to be there in Aberfeldy. He's doing 2 mindful forest therapy foraging walks. I don't want to put him in a pigeonhole either, because he's multi-talented as well, multi-skilled. So we've got all these incredible people that come together for free. This is the model of Heal Scotland. You give an hour of your time or whatever it is for free. And in return for that, we get all these people around and we share, collaborate, ideas and information. And of course, the venues have got to be paid for. So we have to generate some income. And we've got the community now that you can join the community for a £5 a month. And you're putting towards the new healing and educational oasis that we will open next year. So much exciting stuff going on. And I know it's challenging times and people are busy and people are tired. But it just takes a wee shift to change in here. Nobody's coming to save us. The NHS is crumbling at the seams. People are getting sicker and more tired and more achy, and long COVID and all the autoimmune issues. Drugs and surgery simply cannot fix that. It can't. It can certainly help with some of the symptoms, maybe. But at some stage, all you're doing is making the body more toxic. And what we want to do is make the body less toxic and have more electricity flowing and flying through that heart centre of yours. And I'm going to be opening each festival at 2:00 with the 528, Let's Vibrate at 528. We're going to be doing the wild energy breath work. We've got 4 different ones that we teach in the course. And we'll be doing 2, one on the Friday at 2 and one on the Sunday at 2. So if you come just even for that and join in, the power, if you've not done these huge breath works yet, the more people you get in a room doing the breath work, the higher you get. And I can say that 100% from experience, because I've been breathing this body for 15 years. Well, obviously I've been breathing it, but consciously. And now I know the power of getting the collective in the room, which leads me to another very exciting thing that we're doing on the 17th of October in the Metro in Saltcoats. We're going to have 300 people breathing together. All my new instructors are going to be there. We're going to be leading the charge on 528. It's £5.28 to join. The tickets are on our website. So spread the word. This cannot be done. Sometimes I get fed up thinking people say they'll help and they don't. People say they'll share and they don't. And I know, I get it. I volunteer for this charity. I don't get paid. So when I get messages saying, why don't you do this and why don't you do that, it can be really, really frustrating. I need you to help me. I cannot do it alone. So that means inspire people to get into the community, inspire people to come along to the festivals. If, we've got 20 presenters there. If everybody shares and does a little bit, and if you're coming and you can inspire one more person, imagine the difference that's going to make. I simply cannot do it all by myself. And there's been, over the last few days, I've thought, what am I doing? Am I running myself into the ground for no good reason? seriously thinking about, what if I just let this go? What if I just let Heal Scotland go? Will somebody else move in and take over? I need help so that I don't feel like that. And this help is simple. Get people to come along to the events, get people to join the community. Do not expect me to do everything. Why don't you do this? And why don't you do that? And you should be doing this. Really? What are you doing? So I'm asking you to help. What are you doing to help? Do you want to see our health trajectory turned around? We've got the ways and the means. And next year, we're going to open a place where you can come and learn. And I'm talking to Kenny and John about going round and bringing the community cook-ups, teaching you how to do what Kenny does at the Polar Bear Club, which is incredibly, critically brilliant work. So your support is essential. So you can help us by sharing and liking and commenting, coming into the community for £5 a month. It's £1.20 a week. It's not even the price of a cup of coffee. So help, please, so that I don't just bugger off to Thailand and leave everybody to batter at it. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day. I've got a busy week with events every night. And yeah, very excited about being in Aberfeldy. Please share, like, comment, tell your friends, and just help. Thank you.